Hey, I'm Clayton, and this is my Who Framed Roger Rabbit review. Well, what can I say about this movie? It's definitely very, very nostalgic. Who we have in this movie? Well, we've got Bob Hoskins. You may know him from Unleashed and a bunch of other, kind of Britishy movies. You have Christopher Lloyd, who you know as Doc Brown and Back to the Future, and if you're into horrible kiddie movies with Hulk Hogan, you might know him from Suburban Commando. As far as cartoon characters go, well, they're pretty much the stars. I mean, every single cartoon character that you could think of from the 30s and 40s, the great times of cartoons were in it. Bugs, you got Mickey, you got Donald, you got Goofy, my favorite, Droopy Dog. You got Betty Boop, and just random characters that you probably wouldn't even think of unless you were just watching the movie and just say, hey, wow, I remember that from Silly Symphonies, or you remember that from Fantasia, or anything else. It's just like pretty much anybody. I've seen this movie, I don't even know how many times in my youth, and really I've only watched it like a few times, like since I've grown up, and really, like, as if you watch it when you're grown up, you notice that it's not really for kids at all. It's more of a grown-up movie. What's it about? It's pretty much about Eddie Valiant, who is a private detective, I guess, and he's got a backstory where a Toon killed his brother, and he's basically like was a great private detective and did a lot of good, and now he's washed up, drunk, because he's heartbroken because he's not working with his brother anymore. They go on a case because Roger Rabbit, he gets framed for killing Marvin Acme, and the plot ensues. Great premise. Still a great movie, even though Roger Rabbit I feel is really annoying. Jessica Rabbit, I mean, if you're a dude and somebody asks you what cartoon character would you bang, that would probably be the one. Pretty much. Unless it's like Daphne from Scooby-Doo. I don't know why I'm talking about this right now, but anyway, I think it was really, really clever for the time. Still holds up to this day. Looks great. I felt like the Blu-ray HD transfer was really, really loud on my TV, which is amazing because most of the time when I watch Netflix things, I have to turn up really loud to hear any dialogue whatsoever, but everything was crystal clear. I thought it was really clever that it was kind of a throwback to the film noir days, which you definitely wouldn't see too much like in any cartoons. There's not really anything else to say except it's great still to this day. I give it about 9 stars still to this day. I'll probably always watch it, and I'll probably always show my kids and my grandkids and probably every other kid that probably steps through the door if they've never seen it. Even though some of the materials in it are still kind of questionable, like I kind of scoffed at the fact that Baby Herman was smoking a cigar, which I don't see how they got that past even back then.
What did you think of the piano scene with Donald and Daffy?
Oh yeah, see, I meant to mention that too. The piano scene with Donald and Daffy, that's definitely a standout scene. Another standout scene is the part where Eddie's falling from that building and Mickey and Bugs are free falling as well, and they hand him the spare. That's classic. The Droopy Dog scene, which is definitely another one of my favorite scenes just because Droopy Dog's in it, and Tex Avery cartoons are probably my favorite cartoons ever.
I like the Donald and Daffy and the Mickey and Bugs thing pretty much because it's really, really rare to see Disney and Warner Brothers team up like that. It made me so happy.
And really, I think that's the only thing that's holding them back from doing another one is just because it's going to be hard for them to get the licensing to get them all together again. I mean, I don't understand how they did it back then, and it was amazing. And like I said earlier in the review, like every single like cartoon character that you would think of like is in there somewhere. You just have to pick them out.
Bye-bye!
Really, that's all I gotta say about this movie. it still holds up, and I think it's great. Remember to comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you next week.